Welcome to www.drselmansmilespa.com. When you are struck with an emergency situation, then you need to get in touch with an emergency dentist. Some situations wherein you would have to get in touch with an emergency dentist are injury to teeth during your daily chores, etc. The first and foremost step is you need to go to your family physician, who would recommend that you see the dentist. A dentist would be able to attend to your problems since his dental clinic would be well equipped with the latest machinery and equipments. There are instances when your child experiences excruciating teeth pain and it is practically impossible for you to wait till the morning. This is when the services of an emergency dentist are hired. Individuals who realize that their Invisalign has gone from its usual place or is failing to work properly need to visit the emergency dentist. People normally go to an emergency dentist when they suffer from excruciating pain and when the pain is unbearable and when treatment cannot be delayed. People with broken teeth or broken jaw due to an accident are attended to immediately by the emergency dentist. If you are not aware of any hospitals which have the dentist facility, then you need to browse the net to identify names and addresses of emergency dentists who stay close to your residence. Patients who suffered from knocked teeth need to see an emergency dentist who would take care of the problem. The person should wash the knocked teeth and do not keep touching the tooth root. Immediately fix an appointment with the dentist. The emergency dentist would then look out for any fractures and then do the needful. For major repairs to the teeth, a permanent crown is the best option. If a tooth has become loose or has gone out of place from its usual alignment, then the problem can be fixed without any problems. An emergency dentist can also handle gum infections, etc. Dentures fractured in an accident, damage to orthodontic braces are some other problems which are handled by an emergency dentist. Getting an appointment with a dentist is pretty easy and you could get it at any time or any day. Be it a festival or a bank holiday, getting an appointment with a dentist is not difficult at all. When visiting the emergency dentist, explain the entire problem so that he knows how to go about and sort out the issues. Dentists bring a smile on your face even during an accident. The main job of a dentist is to fix the tooth problems in an emergency. So what happens when you're in need of a dentist and your own personal dentist is out of the office or on holiday? What happens if you suffer a serious injury that involves your head, jaw, or mouth and you need professional medical attention? What happens if there is an issue with the work you've had done on your teeth or mouth and you cannot get to your personal dentist fast enough? The answer to these questions is that you are pretty much in really bad shape unless you can get to what is called an emergency dentist. An emergency dentist can provide you with the much-needed dental care in case you have been experiencing significant trauma involving your teeth and gums, and an emergency dentist can give you the kind of care you need so that you don't get yourself into dire straits in terms of your dental health. Emergency dentists are usually available via 3 different sources, and it is vital that you consider the option that can provide you with the quickest access to such a dentist if you are ever in need of such care. If you are truly experiencing a medical emergency, then you should immediately go to the closest emergency room to get the best and fastest care available. An emergency dentist may be on staff or not, but at the very least you will receive enough care to make your condition stable and not an emergency case anymore. If you need urgent dental care and don't want to go to an emergency room, then you still have the option to locate an emergency dentist elsewhere. Some dentists are available on call and can provide you with the kind of care you need if you can reach them at their appropriate location. Other dentists will still be working in their offices and can simply be reached there if they're in need. Regardless of how you find or why you need the dentist, don't hesitate to contact one if you are in need of urgent dental care, because the longer you wait the worse your situation can get. When to call an emergency dentist. An emergency dentist plays an incredibly important role. If you've ever needed one, you'll understand the importance. Tooth pain can not only be painful but extremely worrying, so knowing a reliable and professional emergency dentist can give you complete peace of mind that should something bad happen, it can be treated quickly and effectively. Emergency dentist situations. The most common reason that people call an emergency dentist is when a tooth gets chipped, broken or falls out. This can be a very worrying time for the patient, and it is very important that the dentist is called as soon as possible. Where a tooth is only chipped or broken, the dentist will first assess whether there is a medical problem or whether the damage is only aesthetic. In cases where it is purely aesthetic, there are a number of options such as veneers, crowns, or simply filling in the gap. The next most common reason why people need to visit an emergency dentist is in cases where there is extreme pain. Pains such as wisdom teeth or numb aches can usually wait until a normal appointment can be booked in, but where there is an abscess that needs treatment ASAP, only an emergency dentist will do. Most emergency surgeries are available flexible hours a day, so you should be able to get seen to immediately. Where to look for? These dentists can offer you the much-needed dental care in case you need an immediate help. It is important to choose an emergency dentist after proper research, which will ensure that your problems will be taken care of in the best possible manner. Here are a few ways to look for an emergency dentist. You can start your search by asking recommendations from friends, relatives, and colleagues who might have taken services of an emergency dentist at some time or might know one. You can also ask for family doctor for the same. The next place to look for is in the local directory or yellow pages. They can help you find a dentist located nearest to your area, so that you don't have to travel a good distance in case you face an emergency. The best and the easiest way to look for an emergency dentist is the World Wide Web. You can find a good dentist right from the comfort of your home without any hassle. What to look for? When you have explored all the sources, make a list of the ones you have shortlisted. Then you can call them separately and ask about the kind of services they offer. Also make sure to ask whether they have proper certification and degree to practice or not. You can also fix an appointment with them and make a personal visit to see how well you are treated, how is the staff, and also the hygiene in the clinic. During consultation you can also ask about how long the dentist has been practicing and also the approach they adopt when anyone calls them in case of an emergency. You need to select an emergency dentist who is reliable and can offer you best defense against dental problems. Ignoring toothache is not at all advisable, and it is important to get registered with the dentist and have their number so that you can use it whenever need arises. There are a few steps you can take to help you be prepared for any dental emergency. First, you need to recognize what is an actual dental emergency and what can wait until a next day appointment. If waiting will cause permanent damage or if you are in pain that cannot be handled with over-the-counter pain medication, you should call your dentist and schedule an emergency visit. If you have any doubts, call your dentist and explain what is going on and ask if your dental issue constitutes an emergency. Not every dental problem is an emergency. For example, a broken tooth that can be replaced in the socket and saved is a real emergency because time is of the essence to save the tooth. A crumbling or decaying tooth that finally breaks or a dental filling falling out is a problem, but can probably wait for a next day appointment if one is available. These issues, while they definitely need to be treated, won't become any worse with a day or two of waiting as long as you keep your mouth clean and maintain your oral health habits. The next step is an important one, and that is to have an emergency dentist to call when you need one. This step means establishing yourself with a dentist before you have an emergency. Ideally, you don't want to thumb through when you are having an emergency to find a dentist that can accommodate you. Being an established patient will pay for itself when you need to have emergency care. Your dentist will already be familiar with you and you will know what to expect from them. How can the emergency dentist help with broken teeth? Thanks to constantly advancing medical technology, there are lots of ways an emergency dentist can fix or replace broken teeth. They may be able to reattach the natural tooth before it dies. Rebuilding damaged teeth depends on a number of factors. Primarily what state the tooth and its empty socket are in when the patient arrives at the surgery. A tooth that has been completely knocked out but is still in a relatively solid condition can be fixed back into the socket if there is enough time to salvage it, but if the tooth has been out of the mouth for more than an hour, then the chances of reattaching it are slim, so the dentist may just repair the damage to the gum in preparation for further treatment after healing. Even in this situation, there are still options available, such as implants or dental bridges, you don't have to learn to live with a gap-toothed smile. If, however, you have suffered gum disease or tooth decay before the breakage, the dentist may not attempt a reattachment, as it's likely that more deterioration will occur without further treatment. Although superficial chips and cracks can be repaired with composite bonding, crumbling or fractured teeth that are in a state of decay are better off extracted. They will eventually fall out of their own accord if left to rot anyway. Finally, you should understand the emergency dental protocol your dentist uses. Ask before you need the care and are still in the early days of looking for a dentist what the emergency protocol for the office is. Will your insurance cover the added fees for an after-hours emergency? Or will you need to be prepared to pay for it yourself? Your emergency can fall into several categories and you may be charged differently for each type depending on your dentist. For example, you can have a dental emergency during regular office hours, or you may need care after established office hours or on a weekend or holiday when the practice is closed. Does your dentist charge a higher rate for emergency care regardless of the time or day it occurs, and if so, how much? Dental emergencies seem to happen at the worst possible times, such as the weekends or after office hours or holidays, which is why it's important to ensure you have a dentist that can respond to your emergencies. Please visit our site to www.drsilmansmilespa.com for more information on Emergency Dentist West Long Branch.